Hey there. So a couple weeks ago, I put out a video about Claude Code and how I was using it to build proposal PDFs and kind of a little bit of slides, but I didn't touch too much on the slides at that time. You guys loved that video, so thank you so much for checking that out. A lot of love there, a lot of support. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put a link in the description or a card or whatever. Go check it out. But in this video, I want to show you something different because I had to write more proposals and I had a different idea because this one was a little bit like different of a situation and I wanted to kind of make it look a little nicer and just play around and see what I could do. So I was in Claude Code. I'll show you everything that I did here, but I'm just going to spoil it for you. Okay. I created a Claude skill. It's in the description. If you want to go check that out and not watch any of the video, you can just go play around, click the link down below, get the skill, and you can kind of be like 95% of the way there and then tweak it how you want. But I'm just going to show you just what I was able to do again in I'm talking minutes here, guys. Okay. Like, I mean, the build up to it was a little longer, but like the actual production of this is not hard anymore. Okay. You do have to know what you're doing. You have to be of sound mind and like know where you're going. But this is a ultimately it's basically just kind of like an HTML website, but it operates, feels like a proposal, like a slide deck, right? So, you just kind of page through it. It has a little navigation over there on the right side. It's completely on brand. I'll tell you exactly how that went down. You just keep scrolling through here and now you can present this to your client. You can full screen it. You can send it to them, whatever. I got this little PDF save button down here that just works out perfectly. Had Claude Code do that so they can grab it and they can save it and do whatever they want with it offline as well. You could host this somewhere. You could just send it to them. I mean, there's a bunch of different options there. I don't want to go super into the weeds on that, but like I said, I was just playing around and I wanted to show you guys what the deal was here. So I'm just going to pop over into VS Code and Claude Code. If you're interested in this and this looks super foreign to you and you've never seen this, I have a video as well on setup of Claude Code, all the different interfaces you can interact with it. This is just my preferred one right now. Some people yell at me for not using the command line interface. Sorry, I'm not doing that yet. This is working out fantastic for me, so I'm just going to stick with it for now. But I just want to kind of explain to you everything that's going on here and kind of tell you how I got to that point that you saw there. So basically, I have this really long chat up here that I can't show in its entirety because I had like a lot of actual client stuff. And then my little sneaky side note for you here is I do a lot of the client work first, and then I just abstract everything. If you paid attention, you saw that was called Summit Air. That is not my client's name. That's just, I told Claude Code, hey, take out my client name, take out my, their company name and all that sort of stuff, and just switch out the numbers and all these other things just to make it like a little bit more, abstract and demo-ish. But ultimately what I did was I went through Claude Code and again, using Whisperflow, again, link in the description because I barely type anymore. I just talk into the thing. I just went through a bunch of stuff. I gave it a ton of context. I gave it conversations that I've had with the client. I gave it information that they gave me about their current engagements with their marketing teams that they have, site maps. I gave it obviously the website. This was kind of in particular, this was like an SEO engagement, but this would work with anything. I dumped all that context into a folder on my desktop. I opened that desktop. I explain all this in other videos as well, but like ultimately you just open it in VS Code or wherever you're handling your Claude Code situation, and then you're just operating out of there. And then you just kind of go from there. You just talk to Claude Code and you say, hey, there's files in this directory that we're working in. Can you go through all of them? And you kind of help me build something out. If you watch the other video that I mentioned earlier about where I kind of talk about the proposals specifically in the PDF format, what I do heavily there is I end up creating a Markdown file. Now, if you're not familiar with what a Markdown file is, it's basically just like a formatted text file, effectively. Very big in LLM and AI world because they read it very well. And this is ultimately pretty much what you end up getting, something like this. Now, I just clicked right there, Control-Shift-V to preview that in VS Code here. But ultimately what this is just, I kind of like, instead of, okay, maybe you've tried this before. Maybe you've tried to create a proposal in like a ChatGPT or Claude chat interface, and it's a pain in the ass because even if you have the artifact thing on the side of Claude, or if you have some sort of built-in view in ChatGPT, it doesn't remember stuff. The chat gets really long. It's not like a physical item that you have anywhere. This is an actual file right here. It's called YouTube demo proposal, but this is an actual file on my computer that is just styled as basically a formatted text document that I could take somewhere else. I could grab that right out of there. I'm not copying and pasting. It's just dragging, it's moving. I could take it to another LLM. I could even use it somewhere else. I could morph it in any sort of way that I wanted to, and I'll explain how I did that. But this is basically that right here. So again, it's simple proposal, right? It's just understanding, and there's some site transition stuff, some SEO stuff going on here. It doesn't the content of the proposal obviously doesn't matter, but based off of all the information that I gave and all the context and the back and forth that I gave, we arrived at this proposal, this content, this proposal. So then you say, well, okay, maybe if you're an agency owner or you're a freelancer, you could stop here. You could absolutely just take this. You could copy it into an email. You could make it into a PDF, which is something that I did try. You could copy it into Google Docs and then say export as a PDF. But I try to do as limited work as possible nowadays, just because I want to see the extent of what the machines and the robots here can do. So then I said to it, I was like, hey, I got this Markdown file. Can you move this into a PDF? And it was able to do that. It was able to write up a little simple Python script, and then it moved it into an actual PDF, and it kind of displayed that, and it worked as good as it could. It actually outputted pretty great. But then I was like, you know what? And I kind of talk about all this in the last episode, so I want to get to the meat and potatoes here. And then I was like, you know what? I really want to try to make a slide deck. And how can you make a slide deck? Well, I did explore in the last episode, or maybe it was in the raw build session. There's something called MARP, M-A-R-P, which basically takes this Markdown file and automatically puts it into like a slide PowerPoint type thing. That's really cool. You should check that out. I'll put a link in the description for that. But it's not the greatest because it doesn't give you enough styling. And I was like, you know what? Ultimately, I was going back and forth with Claude a little bit, and I was like, you could just use an HTML file. Like it kind of like said like, hey, we could just try an HTML situation. I'm like, you know what? That's going to give us a ton of options from a stylistic perspective to make it really look good. And if most of us, right, we're probably going to be presenting this over the computer nowadays anyway, so you could just like bring it up and then just scroll through it. So I'm not saying this is the absolute best thing, but it is pretty cool. And what I was able to end up doing was, this is, like I said, I took that and then I was like, make me an HTML proposal. It did it. It showed, I'll go back to it in a second, but it did exactly that. And this is the file that's driving that, the HTML file. And then right off the rip, I just said, hey, my website is motive11.com. Go to that website and make it look similar. Sometimes when you give it a URL like that, it's not that great. It doesn't do a fantastic job at fetching the things depending on how your website's set up or what it can see, what it can't see, etc. So here's a tip, okay? And I shouldn't be saying this, but any website this would work for. If you go to a website, you right click and you click Save As. And then actually, we might even be able to show you here. If you could right click here and you click Save As, then this is gonna pop up and you're gonna be able to save as whatever you want, right? So the idea is if you save that as HTML and then you put that into your directory, okay, the directory that you're working in. Now, and you can see it right here, this file right here, this is like the file system of all the stuff there, and then this is the actual my Motive 11 main HTML file, and that's all the supporting files. If you tell Claude Code to go back in there and you say, hey, listen, I gave you all the files for the website now. You have no excuse. Make this thing look on brand. And you should have seen what it changed. It was unbelievable. It did not look anything like this at first. And now it looks basically exactly like my website. So meaning that you could go like this route. You could save yourself a ton of time and, just do it all automated. And again, you tweak things on your own if you'd like, obviously. You could go this route, or you could go the old school route, because in the past, I've like gone to PandaDoc and I've physically had to change like all of the branding and everything like that. I'm not saying those things don't have a place. I'm not saying you can't automate those either, okay? I just haven't made videos about that yet. But my point is that for a very quick, very effective way of making a nice, simple pitch deck that you can share with somebody that you're trying to sell, this is fantastic. So I just wanted to share this with you because the first time I did this, like I said, it was completely off brand. There was a couple extra things that I did in there. I added the PDF piece as well to make sure that like it's easy to just download that, because that's another big thing that I think you'd want. And I just think this is a really cool thing that I wanted to share really quick. So I wanted to make this video short, but I did want to give you something. If you have any interest in this whatsoever, the last thing that I did was that every single time that I do this stuff now, I'm trying to get in the habit of not repeating myself. And we say that a lot in software and just tech in general. Don't repeat yourself, dry methodology, whatever. And what I'm noticing is I do it really well on like a micro level, so to speak, but I want to do it more at a macro level. So like when I do these bigger things, what Claude Code and all these other platforms now, these agentic tools are giving you is this idea of skills. If you don't know what a Claude skill is, I don't have a specific video on this just yet. Maybe one day as I amass some more of these, I'll make something specific for it. But just as a quick refresher or just a quick update for you, all a Claude skill is one of those Markdown files. Sometimes it can be like more complex, but ultimately it's just a set of instructions that is very robust and specific to one specific task or workflow, just to help you get better. For instance, there's a front end design skill for Claude that was amazing when it came out because it made terrible websites that look like AI slop with the purple and blue gradient buttons. It changed them, and now when you use that skill, the LLM knows to not do that stupid stuff, and it makes it look beautiful, right? So super simple explanation there, but I made one because I was like, you know what? I have all this information. All this information is in the context, and I would again recommend that you do this as well. If you do something really cool, at the end of your conversation, say, "Hey, Claude, make sure, can you go ahead and can you take everything that we've talked about here and can you put it into a skill file, a little markdown file for me so that I or somebody else in the future can go ahead and use this to get at least 90% of the way where I'm at." And again, obviously tweak to your own. I wouldn't really recommend just like always using exactly what the skill is. Like you can tweak it, you can do whatever. Again, it's basically just a text file, but that's what I have right here. And that's what the link is in the description if you go grab it. This is a huge file of a bunch of different things that basically just explain all of the things that I did to make that pitch deck and all the little things here and there, like with the PDF and everything like that. And then again, from there, you could just pop that into your Claude, your local directory there, or you could pop it into your Claude skills directly, like globally. You can put it in either one if you're going to use it multiple times, and then just say, hey, Claude. When you come into your directory and you're working in there with the skill, say, hey, I have this skill, this proposal builder skill. Can you use that? And then can we talk about some things? This has questions. This has a bunch of stuff in here that's going to get you off on the right foot. Obviously, you do have to have context about your client. I would recommend recording calls. I would recommend grabbing as much information as possible from their website, from their past engagements, etc., whatever. I talk about all this in my AI-powered WordPress agency course, link in the description as well if you want to grab that. But this is pretty dope. And I get really excited about this stuff because I know these things are kind of small, but I just feel like they are pushing me in the right direction of not doing everything so manually, thinking of AI and automation first, because I'm really enjoying not having to do all of the dirty work, and my mind is freed up to think about how to actually help my clients more, help build my business more, help build my personal brand more, et cetera, what have you. I really think this is going to help you. Just a small one here, but I wanted to share with you real quick. Again, skill in the description if you want to go grab it. Some other links down there as well to other videos and resources that you can check out. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I greatly appreciate it, and I will talk to you in the next one.